Yo, YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Q, man, back at y'all again with another video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. Thank y'all for checking out the channel. Now, I think that the Fernando Mendoza hate is super ridiculous, man. I just had to get on here and talk about my boy Fernando Mendoza, man. The projected number one overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft, man, he's got a lot of mixed reviews from analysts around the league and analysts in college football, whatever the case. A lot of people don't think that Fernando Mendoza deserved to win the Heisman Trophy. A lot of people don't think Fernando Mendoza is gonna be a good number one overall pick. My honest opinion, man, I have no idea what you people are watching. You know what I'm saying? I think that Fernando Mendoza, man, is a really, really good NFL prospect. Minus the stats because he has good stats. I mean, obviously, he was on a good team this year for sure. But a lot of number one picks, such as guys like Joe Burrow, just to name one, was on a good team. You know what I mean? He at LSU, he had a Jamar Chase and a Justin Jefferson to throw the football to. You know what I'm saying? Not taking anything away from Joe Burrow, man, because Joe Burrow has proven that he is a great NFL quarterback as well. But the same can be said for Fernando Mendoza, man. I think what people are getting wrong about, why people criticize Fernando Mendoza so much for is because of his passing yards. He was 20th in the country in passing yards, which didn't even throw for 4,000 passing yards this season. However, though, he did have 41 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, and he just destroyed the Oregon Ducks in the Peach Bowl, throwing for 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? If that's not a number one pick worthy, I don't know what is, man. The guy, Fernando Mendoza, didn't lose a single game this season. He's proven that he can be a good pocket quarterback. He's proven that he can be a good quarterback with a 90.2 QBR, best in college football. Also leads the college football and passing touchdowns as well with 41. I don't know what people are seeing, man. Maybe the measurables don't add up, but one thing I will say about Fernando Mendoza, man, it all really depends on what team he ends up being on. And I think right now this year, I believe that the Oakland Raiders, not the Oakland Raiders. Why do I keep saying the Oakland Raiders? The Las Vegas Raiders currently have the number one pick in the draft. Okay, this guy Fernando Mendoza definitely kind of gives me Tom Brady-ish vibes a little bit. I'm not saying that he's gonna be, the next Tom Brady. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying watching him play football, he definitely gives me Tom Brady-ish vibes. But Fernando Mendoza, I think he's not your typical, number one prospect, man. But if I'm the Vegas Raiders, man, you need a quarterback desperately. Fernando Mendoza has to be the pick, no matter what people tell you, no matter what people say, man. The dude, all he does is win. All he does is win, man. In the playoffs, man, he's been phenomenal. All season, he's been phenomenal. Big games, little games, it doesn't matter. Fernando Mendoza has put on a show for the Indiana Hoosiers, man. And he's put the Indiana Hoosiers on the map. I can't remember the last time the Indiana Hoosiers were relevant before Fernando Mendoza came along. You know what I'm saying? So I think with that alone, he deserves to be the number one pick in the draft. Being able to make this Indiana University team relevant again, I think Fernando Mendoza deserves he deserved the Heisman Trophy off of that, because a lot of people were saying, oh, if nobody earned the Heisman Trophy this season, then it shouldn't be given out to anybody. How can y'all say that this man didn't earn the Heisman Trophy? How can you say that? He's undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's gonna depend on what he does, this upcoming game or whatever the case, man. But I expect nothing more than Fernando Mendoza to go out there and ball, because that's all he does. He's a very, very smart. He's very smart. You know what I'm saying? He be in the books. You know what I'm saying? I don't think football is his number one priority or whatever the case may be, because I think he's in finances and all that stuff too, man. But for the most part, man, if you want a locker room guy, a leader on your team, a humble guy on your team, very, very coachable. I think Fernando Mendoza is the best prospect, the best quarterback prospect in this draft class when it comes to that. Okay? Now, if is he could he be a little bit more athletic? I can't even get the words out this morning, y'all. I apologize. Could would y'all like him to be a little bit more athletic? Would y'all like the measurables to be a little different? Yes, of course, man. But every quarterback prospect has their flaws, man. There ain't gonna be no perfect quarterback coming out of the draft. Very rarely ever. You know what I'm saying? So there's a reason why these guys are soon to be professionals, man. But if you can get some good coaching around this dude, man, if you can get the right guys around him, I mean, Tom Brady is in that Raiders organization, you know what I'm saying? So if you can get him around the right people, man, I think that Fernando Mendoza could have a really, really successful NFL career. I honestly do believe that. And me personally, man, the Raiders with no quarterback play this season, they were awful, man. Geno Smith was awful. You know what I'm saying? They might not have to move off of Geno Smith just yet. They could probably put Fernando Mendoza behind him and, let Fernando, integrate himself into the NFL game, gradually and naturally. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to rush this kid to play right away. You know what I'm saying, man? But they just fired Pete Carroll, man. They're looking for a new head coach. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of moving pieces on the Raiders right now. But I do believe that if the Raiders hit on Fernando Mendoza and they don't do anything stupid or trade the pick away or pick somebody else, I do believe that Fernando Mendoza could be very, very successful with the Raiders for sure. You know what I'm saying? But y'all need to stop saying that this man don't deserve the Heisman, man, because that is just not right. That's just not true. Fernando Mendoza has been the best quarterback in college football by far this season. It hasn't even been close. And he proved that in the Peach Bowl when he went up against Dante Moore, who was the only guy that was really challenging him for that number one pick spot. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Fernando Mendoza, man. I'm a big fan of Fernando Mendoza as an NFL prospect, man. And I really, really do think he has an opportunity to flourish with the Raiders. I keep saying the Oakland Raiders. I'm going to just call them the Raiders. He has a very, very good chance to flourish with the Raiders, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it, man. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about Fernando Mendoza being projected as the number one pick in the 2026 NFL draft, man. Let's have a conversation about it in the comments, man. But other than that, I'm out. Peace.